So we've got Viper, which was the surprising winner against Illuminati during the Davis Cup Season 2 with its crazy strategy in team games. It plays Aztec plus random. And in the opposite side we've got Boss. So the first one is 1 versus 1. I restart the game with a good speed. And I think that Aztec is a pretty good civilization for boss, which loves to go infantry, and I think that the worst civilization is maybe Persian for boss, because Persian don't have the champions. I think Hans doesn't have champions too, so it can be the two worst civilization for boss. And Viper doesn't have the best start ever because 4 ships has not been found already, forcing the villagers to go on the butches. It's weird that LWS, the author of Boss, is never connected to the forum, to the AIScripters website, neither in the Discord. Maybe it would be fine to give him the link in case he doesn't know, but it would be weird because Boss is pretty old scripters already. And I definitely would ask him why he never trained knights. But well, it gives some personality to Boss. If I'm right, Viper tends to go for... Oh yes, that's right, I forgot once again to change the score, but well, it's the morning, maybe I didn't sleep enough, so it's still the group F. I will add the seed, so Viper is 14 and Boss is 19. Okay, it's really more sexy that way. Oh, interesting. Viper goes for men militians. It has already few military population, but it's not attempting any attack. I wouldn't be surprised if this villager will try to build an offensive tower well, it's not that offensive, it's really far from the opponent. We need to keep in mind that Viper was made after Snake, and Snake did a pretty good game against Illuminati previously. At least it lost 2-1 against Illuminati, but that victory obtained in the 2 versus 2 is really promising, especially for Viper, which is supposed to be stronger than Snake. Both of the AI stays really defensive. And Boss is the first researching castle, while Viper is researching Wheelbarrow. I guess that... Oh, Viper is really far from having the resources required, so it will have to delay more and more the castle research. It can be a real opportunity for Boss to launch an attack. I think that Boss attacks in attack group, something like that. Oh, crossbows is researched. Well, Viper tried to build another tower, but it wasn't supported by its army. And those crossbows can definitely be boring for Viper. But Boss more need definitely to attack with his wall units, not 2 crossbows only. And Viper has already 44 units, which stays defensive. Let's see if it starts an attack. As soon as it's in castle, it's not the case. And it's interesting to see that they doesn't play specifically with Aztec, because I don't see any eagle both sides. It's really peaceful, I agree with you, Scripter. As I said, I don't have much time. I would have liked to host the 3 games, but it tends to be really peaceful, too peaceful, so maybe this game will be a long one. I haven't really seen few Eagles Warriors, Viper side. And we've got some epic song which is not adapted with what is happening in this game. I think it's no more a OK song, so I need to restart. Okay. No copyright here, so all is fine. Yes, that's right. Epic farming. Oh, eventually, after having 72 units, blue start to attack, but it's in front of 100 army. And Tail is researching Imperial. Blue has a lower score, but this tower is interesting. Well, I think that boss has too many units actually. Okay, so Till goes for chemistry. It will be interesting to see what is the priority in the research in Imperial Age. I'm not convinced by this tower close to the castle. Maybe it's supposed to protect the castle, I don't know. And both have the same military population, 97 against 94. They both are full pop. Okay, both goes for champions. So as I said, being Persian or Huns for both is definitely not good civilizations. Oh, this battle should be won by Boss with his Imperial army, while Viper is still waiting for the Imperial to start improving its army. And this castle is down. Blue doesn't have any more castle. And I think that Viper definitely needs Elite Eagles Warrior because their enemy has almost skirmishers and arbalest only. Okay, champions are here now, so it will turn to be pretty hard for Viper to find the good counter units. I think that it has Garland War 2. Yes, it does. So champions turn to be really strong. Oh, it looks like boss wants the game to be a bit longer. Doesn't want to kill Viper too fast. While one population for Viper. I think that I can give the admin win right now. Impressive gameplay by boss. Okay, I've got time for the 4 versus 4. But definitely not for the 2 versus 2, which will be delayed. So the seeded number 19 defeated the seeded number 14. And we've got the 8, the 4 versus 4, and it's the opportunity to see the way Viper plays in team games. Okay, so the Aztec is flank. Viper side, the pocket slings the flanks, in the contrary of Yggdrasil, which play the opposite, flank slinging the pocket. It would be really funny to see Viper against Yggdrasil for this reason. So we've got Korean pocket, Japanese pocket, and Byzantine flank. I think it's a good civilization for Viper as flank. And boss is Byzantine flank, Korean pocket, Japanese pocket, and Aztec flank. So it's a mirror. Interesting to see that boss goes for a second meal close to the deers. Not that many AIs do this. Well, in that case I would say that this meal is probably in the wrong position. So the warrior eyes are researching feudal age. The first one is the Aztec and the Japanese. Japanese should go for a market. If that's the case. Okay. Well, I think that boss definitely needs a strategy as pocket. That's probably why it's seeded 19 only, because it's playing fine in 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2, but as long as you have to play as a pocket, going skirmishers and men-at-arms is definitely not a good deal. Okay, so let's see what's going on with the early rush. Blue is probably already slung by red. Well, yellow is attacking a pocket. Well, it doesn't matter much, because, as I said, boss doesn't play any specific strategy as pocket anyway. And blue is starting his harassment. It's actually... yeah, it's actually winning the battle. Orange has 10 units less than blue. And his wall lumberjack are either or disturbed or killed. Oh, what is yellow doing? It's crossing the map. And well, orange is already in very bad shape. It has 30 population. Aztec, the blue Viper, has already the double the population. 80 population for the Byzantine. Well, it's definitely a good civilization. But I still don't get why yellow went for orange while it built an supposed offensive tower close to the teal. Well, in fact we've got 3 boss already in Castle Age. So let's see what purple can do. While the yellow's army is busy in the opposite side, it maybe can work. Score is pretty close. Oh, and Viper is researching Imperial Age. It means that the sling worked pretty well. And yellow is disturbed, but it probably has a lot of resources. Well, not that much. There is a lake of gold. Well, but anyway, being slinged when you are losing the battles shouldn't work. So I think that it's all up to blue to win this game now, because yellow is really disturbed. Okay, so blue is now targeting gray. Gray and teal, maybe? It would be interesting to fight against 2 AIs. Yes, the game is pretty close, but I think that right now blues is turning too strong. The two pockets are Slinger are researching castle now. The 2 versus 2 can be interesting. I don't remember if Viper in 2 versus 2 goes for one Slinger and one Slung player. If no Sling, I think that boss has definitely an opportunity to win. Well, yellow is actually going Imperial, but it has 20 population. It means that green kept slinging yellow. And Teal is almost dead, 40 population. Blue is not wasting time, it is already switching its target. It will be interesting to see if yellow can recover while it's probably being slung. But for this, blue definitely needs to help yellow. So Teal resign, blue is now under attack. We've got the Elite Tigers Warriors. Garland Wars is still missing for Viper. And let's see what Grey can do. Blue is having his wall units going on purple, so it's a good opportunity for Grey to do something in this economy. And I remember that Viper tends to go for monks, but it probably goes for monks only when the opponent has knights, and it won't be the case against boss. That's why we didn't see the pocket being slung going monks in early Castle Age. So Teal was GG because blue attacked him. But in fact, it's never good to resign in team games when we still got some villagers. It had 20 villagers, it should have stayed in the game. And purple is definitely doing a good job. It could counter the assault from blue, and it's doing pretty well against yellow, which has recovered after having been really close to die. Oh, and I see that the pocket slinger are training many units. They're probably close to go Imperial. Grey is researching Imperial now. Well, I think that it's a shame to see the pockets training so many units instead of just researching Imperial Age as soon as possible. It could be strong to support the slung players. And it looks like Grey is definitely powerless because it tried to attack Blue, but Blue could defend without trouble and is keeping hurting Purple in 2 versus 1. Well, 100 population now for Purple. Okay, the pockets are eventually researching Imperial Age, so they will use their army pretty soon. It looks like they go for their unique units. Well, I think that this group, it's group F, is really balanced. This new version of boss looks really interesting. At least the strategy of Viper in team games worked in this time. But the 1v1 was interesting, both sides. Okay, we can see some passiveness from the pockets, which definitely should join the battle because it has a clear military advantage. And yes, I agree with you, Scripter. In fact, resigning when you still have civilian population is pretty bad in team games, and I remember that Vetrix has the same problem. Well, I'll increase the speed. Nice bombard towers. And red and green didn't launch an attack. It eventually happens when the game is over. Well, green is staying home, but red eventually came to the fight. Okay, GG. So the score is 1-1, and as expected, I don't have any more times for the 2 versus 2, so it will be delayed. I just wanna watch the Imperial Age time. 29 after having been slung while it was attacking till the Feudal Age. And yellow was the other slung player and was hurt a lot and couldn't reach Imperial Age before the 42 minutes. The last game which will be played is a 2 versus 2. So the settings are ready. Viper will play as Aztec for one of its civilizations, the other one will be Team Random. So let's go. Interesting, the second civilization is Vikings, which quite a good civilization in 2v2 added to the Aztecs. I actually don't remember if Viper plays using the sling in 2v2. So this game is really important for both of those AIs because the loser won't have any opportunity to reach the next stage. I would say that it's like a single elimination, this game. And the other two AIs in this group are Tribal Warrior, seeded number 3, and Pantheon, which is a fast castle plus knight AI. And surprisingly, Pantheon took one game to Tribal. The score was 2-1. We noticed in the 1 versus 1 then that those AIs tend to be passive. The most important battles happened in the Imperial Age. So let's see if it will happen again in this 2 versus 2. And blue will be late because it trained 3 more villagers than the opponents. Okay, archer range for Teal. Okay, this means that Viper won't sling this time. The boss will fight in Feudal Age. And when an offensive tower close to the gold of the enemy, that it's not detected by the men-at-arms just next to the tower under construction. Okay, at least blue was slow in researching Feudal Age, and that way it has less army than its opponents. Let's see which gonna win this battle. And fletching is missing for the purple, who has the perfect counter unit with those skirmishers. Looks like when new villager was sent, built another tower, but Blues has already an army to defend. And this time Viper is more aggressive than in the 1 versus 1. Question is, till did it found red? It doesn't look like. Okay, one new tower which won't be that used. Well, blue is being attacked in 1 versus 2, but it's defending quite well, while red is peaceful. Oh, eventually an attack by red. It will meet Teal at the middle of the map. Oh, that's an interesting movement. There is coordination between red and blue. Red comes to help its ally. Well, boss isn't reacting to the enemy's attack. It eventually did. And at least blue was slowed down, despite the fact that it was supposed to have a better economy in early Feudal Age for having trained more villagers, but this 1 versus 2 delayed its Castle Age. And Teal eventually found red, but red looks to have more upgrades. At least it has got at least skirmishers. Oh, and crossbows, and it has got bodkin arrows, which should help a lot against those militians. Red is making purple busy, while blue is researching castle. Red has already 3 TCs booming. Still keeps having 1 TC only. A second one is built. And at least Red, for having not been attacked, has many more villagers than the opponent, actually 20 more villagers. And it has the most military units. So Red is definitely in a very good position. And well, Blue isn't hurt that much. In fact, it has 63 villagers, a little bit less than Purple. Oh, Purple goes for Berserkers. Yeah, it's an English name. Well, Red is keeping being very passive. It is probably waiting for the Imperial Age, despite the fact that it has 80 military population. It's so much, and it's close to be full population. Let's check the economy. Okay, Red has 2,000 food and just 100 gold is missing. And at least, okay, it's researching Imperial Age, so Boss is definitely in a very good position to win this game. Okay, 100 military population for Purple, and okay, interesting, Teal is gonna attack Blue, or not, it doesn't. Oh, maybe he... Well, it was anticipating the possible attack of Red, which is eventually launched now. But Red is in Imperial, while Teal is just starting to research the Imperial Age. So Red is... Okay, the range units are full upgraded. And Champions is researched. Oh, it's interesting to see that at the same moment Purple is trying to attack Blue. But Blue is definitely fine. It's almost full population, but it's still in Castle Age. So is Purple. Well, this version of Boss is a 3.0. It was uploaded by LWS recently, I would say 6 months ago, so it's the first participation of this release of Boss in the Davis Cup series, and it looks like this version is stronger than the previous ones. There is maybe a lack of economy balance for Boss, but overall it's playing pretty well. But the game isn't finished, because while Teal is defending, Purple looks to be in a good position. Well, not really, because it's still in Castle Age. Blue is in Imperial Age already, and it's researching champions. And red keeps pushing until definitely can't handle anymore. Well, the only weakness I see concerning boss, except the economy balance I already told, is the fact that in team games 3v3 and 4v4 it won't be that great, because the pockets don't play as pockets should do, because boss doesn't have a specific strategy as pockets. But in 1v1 and 2v2 it is differently. It's definitely a pretty strong AI. And we will see it against rival. It will be a interesting test game for boss. Until he's losing his defensive stuff, there is almost nothing more to protect it. It's not a watchtower which will make it alive. And while in the opposite side, blue has a lot more units than purple, but defended by those three towers, these three castles, purple is just delaying his death. It will be time for boss, the red one, to retarget next opponent. Okay, it is acting. That's nice. Oh, the rams are keeping destroying the buildings, while the army is retargeting purple. Well, not really. It's not that clear. Okay, let's see if this bunch of rams will destroy the castles. Come on, red, let's go. Well, we would like to see siege rams after more than 1 hour game as Vikings. And at least this army composition is not really impressive. Too many skirmishers in my opinion. Okay, I think it's GG. I will just increase the speed. Well, it's GG. Viper don't wanna resign, it looks like. So in conclusion of this game, Viper doubled blue. Blue defended pretty well, while red could improve its economy, and in late game it made an huge difference. And well, blue was really impressive in 1 versus 2. And this victory for boss is definitely deserved. So congratulations, boss. The seeded number 19 defeated the seeded number 14.